Hey folks, welcome to another day, another unboxing. You're gonna say, wait a minute, Miriam, you've already unboxed the Palm. Yes, I have. I've actually already unboxed the Palm, but that was the silver one. This is the gold one. So I'm bringing you all the love with the gold Palm unboxing today. I just want to add, by the way, that I've rebranded the channel a little bit. It's now makes more sense since a lot of the videos for this channel are about, complement to the Mobile Tech Podcast. This is now the Mobile Tech Podcast channel with me, Miriam, aka Tank Girl, and so let's get started. I've got the gold Palm here. Nothing too crazy. This is what the box looked like. As you can see, it's gold this time around. That's the other side. That's the back. It tells you in gold lettering now, not in silver lettering. And then there's a bunch of numbers back here. So nothing to show really. It's basically the same device in gold as I unboxed last time. So let's slide this open, shall we? Dun, da, da, da. There we go, Palm. There is nothing on the bottom, and this opens by pulling up like this. Ta-da. By the way, I'm using a new microphone. It's a new lav, so I hope you enjoy the better audio quality. Ta-da! There it is. Look at this beautiful Palm device. Bling, gold, bling. Gold. All right, let's remove things. You ready? I didn't make too much noise, sadly. So let's remove the front as well. I think there's a little tab. I knew there was a little tab. Here we go. Yeah, that one didn't make any noise either. Well, a little bit. So there you have it. The Palm, this time in gold. It's a tiny phone. I'll give you a point of reference. This is how big it is next to my Galaxy Watch from Samsung. Let me turn on the screen so you have an idea what it looks like. It's really small. So what do you need to know about this phone? Let's let it boot and then I'll show you around, okay? Actually, there might be some cool animations, so let's just wait for a second. The front, actually, just to get started, you can see a little bit of the display edges here. This is actually not too much bezel on the edges. It's got a little bit of bezel top and bottom. It's an 18:9 kind of display, and it's got 3.3 inches across, 720p. Now you're gonna say, oh, 720p, but at 3.3 inches across, it's honestly pretty amazing. It's something like 445 ppi. There's an earpiece up there, and there is an 8 megapixel front facing camera. And that's basically it. So I'm gonna let it do its thing. It takes a little while to kind of boot the first time. In the back, you can see the Palm logo, an LED flash. I think it's dual flash. 12 megapixel camera, no OIS, there's nothing fancy here. It does have autofocus. And that's the lay of the land. There's an 800 milliamp hour battery in there, Snapdragon 435. Oh, it's ready to go already. There you go. 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage. And that's basically the specs. You know, it's a full-on Android phone, but it's sold for $350 by Verizon. And you can only get it if you add it to an existing plan for $10 a month. So keep that in mind, because that's a bit of a high price point for such a low spec phone, but it's cute as hell and it's beautifully made. This is all aluminum and glass sandwich front and back, aluminum edges. I mean, it's really gorgeous. Let me actually walk you through the edges. There's nothing on the left here. There is a USB Type-C on the bottom with the primary mic. On the right hand side, you've got the SIM slot. I just did a whole video on how to change the SIM on this phone, on the silver one, so have a look at that. You don't push down into the tiny hole. You actually need to build a little tool that can clip in. It lets you pull the SIM tray out. But it's a regular nano SIM in there, and the phone is unlocked. So that's the takeaway. Of course, to get the phone, you still need to buy it from Verizon at $350 and add a $10 a month extra line to your existing plan. So I'm not sure it's really worth using another network, but it's possible. Also, you need to find something that's 0.5 millimeters thin or so to put in that hole. It's a really tiny hole. Any normal SIM tool will not fit. power lock key. There's no volume rocker, you notice, because that's done in software in the tray, in the notification tray. And then there's a top here is a secondary mic, and that's basically the tour of the phone. Really cute, really nice. All right, let's go through the rest of the box, shall we? We've got a divider, and we've got a little tab. We pull on this and we get some documentation. So let's have a look at that, shall we? I'm not going to go into great detail because I assume this is going to be the same as the last one I unboxed, white lettering instead of silver or gold lettering. But you know, it's got a beautiful little book here that tells you everything you need to know about their vision for this phone as a kind of companion device, like a smartwatch that you only take with you when you want to detach from your main phone. He is Stephen Curry, who's one of the investors in the company. And, you know, that's kind of the gist here. But I think this would make a pretty decent primary phone. Other than battery life, an 800 milliamp hour battery is obviously going to be a little restrictive. But they have this kind of special do not disturb mode called life mode that actually makes the phone last quite a while on its 800 milliamp hour battery. So anyway, you've got a charger. From the weight of it, I think it's just like a, I don't know, 1 amp charger, nothing really major, USB type A, US prong. And then you've got something else here that I need to just pull out. And it has a USB cable in here. So I presume this is going to be type C on one end and type A on the other end, obviously. And then there's nothing else. There's no headphone adapter. Obviously, this doesn't have a headphone jack. So you'll probably want to use, if you want to use this for music, you can. I've done it. But you'll need a USB adapter, USB-C digital adapter to 3.5 millimeter. And that's it, folks. That is my little unboxing of the tiny, 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 tiny fits in the palm of your hand Palm phone. Oh, and I almost forgot. Before I put this away, I want to show you something else really quickly. I've got another box here that came with this gold version of the phone, and that is something very special. I've kind of like, I'm not going to show you what it's about. I'm going to just open it. All right, here we go. It says Palm on it, and boom, it's a case, right? At first you're thinking, it's just a beautiful leather case. Nice, but it has a lanyard as well. So here we go. It's a neck lanyard case. So you can put this around your neck. And oh wow, there's even two. There's different lengths. Nice. So this is for the wrist. Look, it says neck lanyard and wrist lanyard. It shows you how to put the lanyard on. So that little case here is a little extra that Palm sent me. Almost forgot I had. Apparently this isn't just came out, so it's fresh, and it's kind of hard to stick in there. So let me see if I can try this again. There we go. All right, there you go. There's a tiny little Palm in this tiny little protective case, and so presumably I can attach a lanyard. I don't know where the ends of this are. Not really. Oh, there it is. So there's a thing here, and you pull on it. There you go. Ooh, it's very nicely designed. You see it? Look at that. And you have to push pretty hard, but it's pretty secure unless you pull really hard on it. So there you go. There's essentially a neck lanyard here and a wrist lanyard here. All right, well, that's it, folks. Also, please look in the show notes and show description below for a special offer from my sponsor, ProXPN. So ProXPN is a VPN, and they work all over the world, and they have service everywhere, which is really helpful if you need a VPN. I would suggest you check them out, ProXPN. Link in the description. You'll get a special deal if you go through that link, so follow that link and check it out. So I hope you stay tuned for more unboxings. remember, the Mobile Tech Podcast channel is a supplement to the Mobile Tech Podcast. So tune into the Mobile Tech Podcast, mobiletechpodcast.com, and we're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Overcast, Slacker, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, pretty much everywhere. All right. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you did. Tell your friends about this video and this channel and the podcast. All right, folks. Take care. Okay. Cheers, everybody.